Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Chad. Chad's from Miami in Florida in the USA. So let's see what Chad has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello. Right,
Okay,
Chad.
cool.
So how are you today?
Good. I'm in Boston today, so.
And what the weather look like? It's quite
Oh,
sunny?
it's beautiful. It's sunny. On the Fahrenheit scale, it's about 55 degrees. So, I live in Miami, Florida. Great little change for a little break.
And how long you gonna be in Boston for?
Till tomorrow morning. I got in last night, and then it's for work, and I leave tomorrow early, back to Miami.
I see. So, and what do you do for a living?
I am a flight attendant.
Right, amazing.
Yeah.
And what do you like the most about your job?
I love the fact that of course, most flight attendants are going to say, I love to travel and I love people, which is true, and I love the excitement, and I love the fact that I do get to see different parts of the country, the world, et cetera, and I'm not stuck behind like a desk or a cubicle, and it's exciting. It's a lifestyle. It really is. It's not a job, it's a lifestyle. That's what I like.
Amazing. And were you originally from Miami?
No, I grew up in the American South. So I was born in the state of Mississippi, raised kind of a split childhood between Mississippi and Louisiana.
All right. And how long have you been living in Miami for?
I've been in Miami for 9 years, a little over 9 years. When I left Mississippi and got my job, I moved to New York City first, and then Dallas, and then I was back in New York City, St. Louis, Missouri, and then Miami. So I'm kind of a little traveling caravan.
Very good. Okay, Chad, so welcome to William and the Magic Box.
Exciting.
I've got here my lovely box full of random fun questions, okay? So I'm just gonna play some music now just for us to get in the mood before the first question. Ready?
Sure. All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Right, Chad, ready for the first question?
Let's do it. Excitement.
Right, the first question is, what your parents did or still do that comforts you the most?
Let's see. Unfortunately, I lost my father when I was 14 years old. So it's just me and my mom. And my mom, I said, like, I grew up in the American South. So my mother has got this just sweet Southern accent. So when I am, feeling kind of down, or all I have to do is just pick up the phone, and she picks it up and she's like, "Hi, baby, it's Mama." And it's just actually just hearing her speak, just puts me in a whole different plane, of what's going on. And then I also love her cooking too. It comforts me. She can cook really well, really well.
I miss my mom as well. My mom's cooking. My mom is back in Brazil, and yes, I think our mom's food is the best. You can go
absolutely
anywhere. There's no other place as our mom's food. That's for sure.
And it's so funny because she's tried to give me recipes for like my favorite dishes, and I just cannot perfect it like she can. So what about those moms?
Do you have siblings as well?
No, I am an only child, so I'm the favorite child.
Good. That's for sure. They spoiled one as well.
Exactly.
Let's go for the second question.
Let's do it.
Okay, Chad, just before the next question, tell me, what do you like the most about living in Miami?
I love the energy. There is no other city in the world like Miami. I live in Miami Beach. So I don't know if you're familiar, but I live in South Beach. And I think one of the best parts of living in Miami is I actually get to call home a place where people come on vacation, and it's such a melting pot of culture. We've got the Caribbean influence, we've got the Latin American influence, we've got the Europeans that love to come. And it's just a blend of everything,
I can imagine energy. My God, imagine. Have all
Well,
the-
You're Brazilian,
Yeah.
so we've got it. You know, I mean, you got the energy too. So
Absolutely. I know what you mean. Totally.
yeah.
Right. Next question is, what do you like the most about yourself?
I like my sense of humor. I love the fact that I can make people laugh. I have a very dry sense of humor.
Okay.
Almost, you know, over in the States, we like to say it's kind of like the dry British sense of humor. But yeah, I love to make people laugh. I love to crack a funny joke. I'm a big movie quoter. So like, if you know the movie that I'm quoting, you and I are going to be best friends, you know? And, but I love to make people laugh.
Very
really
good. Very good. It's a gift. That's for sure. It's a gift. For sure. Another question. Right. Next question for you is, tell me something that you wish you could do every single day.
Something I wish I could do every single day. Wow. Well, you know what? I travel and, you know, I have to leave loved ones at home. You know, I've got a significant other and I've got a cat. And I love those individuals. So, you know, sometimes a significant other, I can deal with the space, but, you know, my little cat, I love the unconditional love. So if I could see my cat every day, that would be lovely. And I'll take the husband too.
Good. So when you are not home, your husband look after the cats.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Very good.
And I mean, the one good thing, you know, it's kind of like a stereotype that, you know, flight attendants have cats because, you know, they're very, cats are very self-sufficient. So, you know, as you could leave a cat for a day or two with just plenty of food, water, a change of the litter, and they're going to be fine, you know?
But as they say, dogs, they adapt to people, and cats, they adapt to places. And
yes.
It's so true. That's so true.
It is true.
They're so independent, you know. And actually, I got a couple of flatmates, and they just got a little kitten like 2 months ago. Tiger is the most beautiful thing you can imagine.
Oh yeah. Well, the one we have now, I rescued from underneath a car axle. Wow. He was a little kitten. I was walking home, and I heard this little meow, and there was a parked vehicle. And I started looking around the vehicle. I could not see I was looking in the bushes. I was dodging traffic. I could not find this little kitten. And I went down to down where the wheel well is, and this little head popped up. And I said, okay, come here. And I grabbed him, and it's love at first sight.
It meant to be for you, that's for sure.
He did.
Sure. Absolutely. What's his name?
Axel. We named him Axel because we found him on a car axle.
Oh, nice.
We like to say he saw me. He saw 2 men, no kids. Score. All right, let's go. I've got a good home now.
And he knew you were a flight attendant as well, so you could give
absolutely. He was like, you know, exactly.
That's very true. Another question. Okay, Chad, just before the next question, I'm sure, how long have you been a flight attendant for?
21 years.
Right, so I'm sure you have a lot of stories to share, I'm sure. But during this period, tell me the most challenging flights you ever had for any reason.
The most challenging flight that I've ever had, a medical emergency over the North Atlantic coming home from London. And we were 2 hours from any land. I mean, we were literally at that point where it was too far to go back to Europe, too far to go to the United States. And we had a woman that we actually, she flatlined, like she did not have a heartbeat. And our nearest airport was Logis Field in the Azores, in the Azores. And that was still 2 hours. So for 2 hours, we had to, you know, people think being a flight attendant, all you do is serve a Coke here or there, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, no. When you're on an airplane and it looks like a triage unit of a hospital, and, you know, you're doing all you can to help a person survive, But you know what? That was probably one of the most challenging experiences that I've had as a flight attendant, but it was also one of the most rewarding as a crew coming together. You know, we knew what we needed to do. We jumped into action. So when you look at your flight attendant and you see, oh, they're just going to get me a Coke. No, that person is trained. That person is trained. And at a moment's notice, we're going to snap right into it.
Absolutely.
The woman lived. The woman lived. So we were, yeah.
Amazing. I'm sure she was so grateful as well for all of you guys. Imagine how amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Great. Thanks for sharing that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Next question for you is, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
In 5 years' time, hopefully I will be 5 years more senior at my company, and returning to the routes that I used to fly, and have an easier, softer way of living. I pretty much see myself still in Miami because, you know, I also live in a place where people come to retire. So, you know, it's like I've got it all wrapped up. I've got vacation, retirement, all in one place. So I'm pretty content just day by day, you know?
Sure, and you don't need to ask for more. You're in the right place. That's for sure.
Exactly.
That's for sure. It's funny because there's a question on the Magic Box sometimes come, oh, where do you like to retire? And people go like, I would like to be in a place where the sun is, on the beach and everything. You are in the right place. Don't need to worry about the thing, that's for sure.
I know, right? It's funny because I was talking with my husband. We've talked about it a couple times. We're like, where do Floridians go to retire? You know? And I thought, I was like, maybe I could like Palm Springs. I think that would be fabulous, you know, in a ranch style house in Palm Springs, the pool, and, you know, wearing a caftan.
I see. Right, let's get another question for you.
Absolutely.
Right, next question for you is, what do you miss the most of your childhood and why?
What do I miss the most of my childhood? You know, like I said, I lost my dad at an early age. And I had some wonderful years with my father, some great memories. So I would say the one thing I miss about my childhood is him, you know? I know he's looking down on me every day.
For sure.
I know that he's proud of the man that I've become. But, you know, sometimes I would like to just press rewind on my VCR and go back a few decades, you know? So that's the biggest thing I miss about my childhood is my father.
For sure. How old were you when he passed away?
I was 14.
14.
Yeah.
Understand.
Yeah.
And
freshman in high school.
I'm sure it was tough at the time as well. And at 14 years old, you're quite young to deal with those kind of, I mean, we were never ready for those kind of situations, but when you're a child, it's, yeah. And I think the double of the, you know what I mean, the thing that you carry on, is take on at the time, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, understand.
Yeah.
As you said, you're going to be with you forever anyway. You're going to be around you.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
I enjoyed the show so far, Chad.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And you know, it's so funny. I love the Brazilian music. I was listening. I was just working out, and one of my favorite. I love Ivete Sangalo. So
oh my God, I love Ivete Sangalo. Yes.
Yeah. So I was listening. I was working out to some Ivete Sangalo.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, I'm glad you said that. Amazing. Yeah. Right. My God, she's like the most like energetic person you ever imagine. My God, she is like, her energy is just like explode everywhere. But as soon as actually I met her once actually in the airport now. And it was before I left Brazil, I was 18, 19. And I met her in the airport. I have a picture. Oh my God, I look so ugly in the picture. When I look back, I was like,
no.
I was like, my God, yes, it was before I moved to Europe. And I remember she came to a concert in the state where I live, where I was born. And I was waiting in the airport. But actually, because she was already big, like not big as now, but she was already like well known. And because I'm a big fan of an entertainer called Xuxa, and they are very good friends. And I said, yes. You know what? She was coming, so I had like a letter, and I asked her if she could give to her. Can you imagine? And I asked her if she could give to her. So I kind of use her, you know, to get to my idol in a way.
Absolutely. Oh, that's so funny. I actually kind of have a story with her too. I was at the gym where I work out in Miami Beach. Whenever she's in town, she works out at that gym as well. So I had just finished a workout. I was working out with actually a personal trainer, and he's Brazilian as well. So we were stretching out on one of the massage tables, and we were just kind of talking. And funny enough, we started talking about Ivete Sangalo, and he like looks at me. He's like, "She's right next to you." She was getting massaged on the table right next to me. I'm like, OMG, are you kidding me? And he was so excited too. He was like, oh my God. He was like, I'm sorry, I'm probably trying to stretch you out, but I'm like really excited right now to find her.
I can imagine who wouldn't be. My God, that's amazing.
No, right?
Oh wow. I think people in Brazil watch this interview in the future gonna go like, oh my God, he's so lucky. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
For sure. Right, let's get another question for you.
Let's do it.
Okay, next question for you is, if you could have been in a event in history, which one would be and why?
Oh, let's see. I would probably gravitate towards the 1970s and New York City, Studio 54. And it's not so much just because of like, into like what was going on at Studio 54, but it was a place where everyone in my mind, like everyone, I don't want to say idolized, but idolized, came together as once, where I could like talk to them, ask them. And I think it was just such a free-spirited time to be in New York City as well. And just to be, alive.
For sure.
I don't know if I would necessarily be alive today, but it's funny that you asked me that question, because I was asked that something very similar. I remember in my first interview as a flight attendant.
Wow.
And so still to this day, and quite a bit of history has passed since then. Or I would go back to when the United States was part of the United Kingdom. I am probably the biggest Anglophile in the United States. So
wow, amazing. It's saying that sometimes I tell my friends, I grew up in the 80s. Sometimes I go like, oh my God, I wish I was my age right now in the 80s, at least for the weekend, just to feel the vibe during that time. Imagine when there's no internet, no technology, just for like a gay pride, the weekend, just to have like a moment in the 80s,
Absolutely.
just to see how things would be. Can you imagine how amazing?
Yes.
I would love. As you said, of course, I would be older than now, but just for a weekend, just to see, to feel the vibe, how things were that the age I am right now, with this mentality I have right now, just to feel the vibe, as you said, just to feel it, to see how things were at the time. I think would be a good gift, that's for sure.
Exactly. We need our Doctor Who box.
Yes.
Take us around.
We are getting there. We've got this one already.
Yeah,
We're getting there.
Absolutely.
I just need some more connection now. Yeah, I need to get some more connection to get things done.
Exactly. You'll get there. You'll get it.
For sure. Another question. Okay, Chad, just before the next question, now I would like you, if you can share, like, let's say, the most funniest memory you had during like a flight, or something funny that happened to you.
Oh, okay. So the funniest... Wow. Okay, let's see. I've got this one. So back when I first started flying, we actually had to go into the terminal as a flight attendant, and we would pull the passengers' tickets as they were boarding the airplane. Okay. So I'll never forget it. I was in the Dominican Republic, and it was my first time in the Dominican Republic. So I was the one that was assigned to go out and get the tickets as people were boarding. And it was a mad rush of boarding. And I remember there was a black stamp that would go on the paper ticket, which means that they paid their departure tax. And if you didn't see the stamp, you had to send them to the desk so that they could pay the tax to leave the country. Well, people were rushing. It was hotter than hell in that airport. Here I am in like my blazer and, looking all professional, but I'm sweating and I'm wiping my face. And we finished the boarding. I feel like I've been punched 1,000 times. And I go back on the airplane and and this was one of, a very large airplane. So I walk from the front of the airplane to the back, and I notice people are like looking at me kind of funny.
Oh my God.
And I was flying with a roommate of mine, and I get to the back of the airplane, and he's in the back alley, and I open the curtain, and I'll never forget, he just looks at me, he's like, girl, he's like, what happened to you? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he like threw me in the bathroom. The ink from that stamp rubbed off on my hands, and as I was wiping my face, because it was so hot, I had it looked like I had two black eyes, like I had been beaten up, but I had black marks all over my face. And I just could not understand while I was walking why 300 people were staring at me. So, I mean, that was pretty, needless to say, I never wore the blazer again when I flew those flights, and I knew not to wipe the face.
That's funny. At least he saw it. At least he saw it. I mean, somebody would approach you anyway. But imagine working all the way through with those black marks.
Oh yeah, totally. I was so embarrassed.
I'm sure everyone in the flight had this story to tell all their friends as well. Oh my God, I remember this.
Oh my God! And I marched up to the front of the airplane, and I asked those crew members. I said, "Why the hell did you let me walk back there with all that on my face?"
That's very funny. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, next question is, what makes you most uncomfortable about yourself?
Most uncomfortable? Well, this is so funny that you say this, because I'm kind of going through a whole body transformation. I was a really overweight child. And like I said, I love my mother's cooking, but I was an overweight child. I weighed about 200 pounds when I was a kid. And, you know, I was the target of a lot of bullying, not only for, you know, being gay, but being a fat gay kid, you know.
Right.
I was really a target, and it kind of scarred me. And I went through life, and I've had issues yo-yo up and down with like my weight and the way I feel that I look. And in November, I turned 42 in November, and I decided, you know what, I want to make a change, you know, in myself, to make myself feel good, to make myself feel better. So I really got into like fitness and you know, exercise, and even helping others, you know, with it as well. And I'm in the best shape of my life at 42 years old, but a part of me will still always be that fat gay kid that people made fun of. No matter how many, whether I get a 6-pack or an 8-pack, or, you know, a 28-inch waist, which I do have now. I've never been a 20 anything, but I just bought a pair of blue jeans, and they were a 28-inch waist, and I was like, oh my gosh, I almost burst into tears. Because I've done this myself. Like, I haven't had any help. You know, this was, you know, Instagram videos, etc., whatever. But still, I would say the one thing that I don't like about myself is part of me does not have the ability to let that go, because it was so painful. It was such a painful part of my life.
And what do you think is still there? What do you think? This feeling is still there? You couldn't kind of get rid of it, or why do you think is that this feeling?
It's so deep embedded in me that that even, you know, I could work on it 100% every day, but it's still the thoughts, the words. I mean, you know, bullying is real, and people are cruel.
Totally. And I think,
but you know what? Now I would like to see those people that bullied me. Okay.
Totally.
Like,
yes.
Now you post your pictures.
Amazing. I would love them to watch the interview as well. I would love them to watch the interview.
Yes.
But I do understand what you're saying, Chad, because as I think I remember being bullied at school as well. I think all of us, when you have these moments, we're not prepared. You know what I mean? You don't have a theory, or you don't have, even though if you have a support of your family, but I don't think they can help you out at the time, how you need to be helped. You know what I mean? Because it's so strong, so powerful, the way they, you know, they bully you. It's so strong and powerful that you're gonna have to scarf forever. You know what I mean? I totally agree. I agree with you. I think that's anyway. I'm sure you took all those stones to build your own castle. You know what I mean? Now you are fabulous at the same time. That's amazing.
Fabulous.
Right. I have 3 questions left for you, okay?
Okay.
Let's do it. All right. Next question for you is, what have you learned during this lockdown?
What have I learned during this lockdown? I have learned
this challenge time that the world is facing right now.
Yes. I have learned definitely to be a little more self-sufficient. Early on in the lockdown, everything was pretty much closed, all services. I almost cut my own hair, and I'm so glad I didn't, because I'm not good. I'm not good at doing that. But you really have to draw on like what you learn, what your strengths are. You learn kind of what your weaknesses are, but you learn how to improve on yourself and on your well-being. And with my work schedule, I was flying a lot during the pandemic. So fortunately, I did have an outlet. I wasn't stuck in Miami because I am an essential worker, frontline worker, and I was able to, travel places to keep people moving. But I think you just learn what your strengths and weaknesses are, and you learn how to overcome those weaknesses and build on the strengths.
Totally agree.
And come together as a people, as a society.
Absolutely. I think everyone found a way to adjust ourselves to this new world. You know what I mean? I think all of us found a new way of living, another way of living that we were not expecting or prepared, Exactly.
And you learn a sense of humility.
Absolutely. And I think all of us, I think during this time is a good opportunity as well for us to be a better person. And as you said, to find, to get to know yourself better, that you never had the chance or the time as well, because we are so busy with our lives that during this lockdown, we didn't have all the opportunity. We need to be locked. We need to be, even though people will be working, but you're in the same vibe as well. Everyone has the same vibe, like literally the word was, let's say, lockdown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Great. 2 questions left. Let's do it. All right. Next question for you is, if you met someone sad in the street, what would be your advice to this person?
I met someone sad on the street. Well, first of all, as a Southerner, we tend to be a very comforting society, group of people. And first of all, you want to know what's going on. Mm-hmm. So, but then also like I said, I like to put smiles on people's faces. So I wouldn't go up and like, oh, tell me, what's going on. Hi. I'd be like, child, what is wrong with you? What is going on? Let's talk about it.
Dude, I love it.
And I've done that to people at work, or customers that come on, and you can see something is going on. You can see something, but you know what? You just throw in a little bit of that, little humor that I love, and you're like, child, tell me about it. Let's talk. Come on, sit down. Sit down now.
I love Chad. It's amazing. It's amazing approach. I think, totally. And I'm sure people, they're going to be sad. They're going to even forget why they are sad for. They're going to just get your attitude like, what?
Exactly.
That's for sure. You mentioned before that your birthday is in November. Which day?
November 8th.
I'm 17.
Ah!
Yeah, it's Scorpio.
Scorpio, sting.
That's funny. Ready for the next one?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, bitch. Right, just before the last question, tell me what was the most memorable place or your favorite place to go when you're traveling for work?
Well, as I was wondering if this question would come up. My absolute favorite place in the world, and I told you that I am probably America's biggest Anglophile, is London. I absolutely love London. I love God, Queen, and Country. I'm like rule Britannia. Yeah, so I love London, and fortunately through my career I have been able to spend a lot of time there. I remember the first time I was in London was in January of 1997, and I was still in university, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I've always been drawn to it. And if I could fly there for the rest of my career, with the occasional Brazil thrown in there for a little flavor, I do love it. I do love it. I have my routine there. I've made friends there. And fortunately, living in a place where people come to vacation, I meet people from all over the world, so that when I travel to their countries, I know a friendly face. See, I know you now.
Yes, of course. And next time when you come, please let me know. When next time
Absolutely.
When was the last time you were here?
Let's see, I was there in the end of September.
Okay. Not long ago.
No.
Ready for the last one?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Good question. If you could sit down with yourself when you were 13 years old again, which advice would you give to yourself at the time?
Wow, this is like RuPaul's Drag Race. Whenever she's given the panel of questions and she shows those pictures of the kids, and they're just like, "This is your young self." That's great. I love it, because you know what? Every time I watch that show, and that part comes on, I'm like, I do that in my head.
I never watched it. Can you imagine? I never watched that show. I know it's a scene. I know. I never watched it. I need to get to it.
And you even got a UK version now too. Love Bag of Chips, and the Vivian too. But you know what? Honestly, that 13-year-old was that 200-pound gay kid that was bullied and was scared to go to school. And I would look at that child and be like, okay, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna have there's gonna be some situations that arise in your life, and you're gonna overcome them. So whatever you're feeling right now is temporary. It's going to pass, because you are gonna be a rockin' man.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Amazing, yes.
So hold that head up, child, and go to school and do what you need to do, because you're gonna get out and it's gonna be wonderful.
Very good, very good. I love that. I'm glad this question came up to you. I'm very happy. Right, Chad, it's not the end yet, okay? Let's play now the quick thinking game. So I'm going to give away some words, and you just tell me one word that comes to your mind, okay?
Oh, okay.
Quick thinking. Let's start with life.
Death.
Love.
Hate.
Money.
Greed.
Family.
Together.
Sex.
Necessary.
Politics.
Ooh. Nasty.
Religion.
Spiritual.
Fear.
Faith.
Friendship.
Cohesive.
Desire.
Lust.
Regrets.
None.
Success.
Ego.
Happiness.
Laughter.
Wish.
Granted.
Miami Beach.
Fabulous.
And the last one now, cabin crew.
Fearless.
Ooh, very good one, very good one. Okay, let's pretend now I'm going to meet your best friends, and I'm going to ask your best friend, tell me the most beautiful thing about Chad, and tell me something that he needs to improve on. What do you think your best friend will tell me?
My best friend would probably say, OMG, I love hanging out with Chad because he makes me laugh. He is so funny. We roll around. He is very dependable. If I need something at 2 o'clock in the morning, I know that if he's in town and not flying or unavailable, he's gonna be there. He's going to be there. Now, the one thing he needs to improve on is, as a flight attendant, on time is like 5 minutes early. Late is on time. So when we say, Chad, we need you here at 7 o'clock, we don't need you circling our door at 6:45 because we're not ready for you yet. There's something about being a little too punctual.
Sorry. And if I would ask the same question to your husband, what he'll tell me?
The one thing that he loves about me, again, is that we've been together for 18 years. Wow. And we are still together because we make each other laugh. I honestly, there's that old cliche saying that laughter is the best medicine, but it is, The one thing that I would need to improve on is my ability to clean the house. Because I basically live with Joan Crawford. He's not mad at me, he's mad at the dirt, okay? So bring me the axe, Christina, because Joan needs to learn how to sweep the floors.
Amazing, that's funny. Right, Chad, let's play now, Chad, and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But okay, you can ask me a question now.
Okay, well, you know what? I was thinking, what am I going to ask you? And it's pretty kooky, but like I said, I'm a big Anglophile. I'm a big monarchist. I love the royal family. I have a favorite royal. Do you? So my question to you is, who is your favorite royal and why?
Oh, wow. I love the question. Okay. I'm gonna tell you. I have my favorites. Let's say Princess Diana. Okay, always gonna be the best. Like Princess Diana is, you know what I mean. There's no questionable. Yeah, it's always be there. Princess Diana. But my favorite one is Prince William, and I'll tell you why. For two reasons. First, because I think he comes across as a very approachable and nice person. You can feel his vibe. You can feel, I think he got a lot from his mom, his personality. When you see his interviews, when you see him just chilling out in some events, and you just can see him like he come across as a good person, a good heart. He got a good heart. And I think he's doing, I think, the trouble that his parents went through, always like the trouble, I think made him as a very good father, as a very good family man. He wants to do the opposite of his family, and you can see that he's doing well because I think he's a good dad, and he's gonna be the future, very popular. He's a popular person. I think people can see. And the other interesting thing about Prince William is we were born the same year.
Ah, okay.
1982, and he's older. His birthday is in June and mine's in November. So, okay. And I always tell my friend, he's the rich Prince William, and I'm the poor one.
Ah.
So anyway, and I always it's a good question actually. He's the one who admire the most, But of course, I love the Queen as well. I think the Queen has done so much for the country. My God, she broke all the records. She's been, she's been in power for so long, all those decades, and she's still on. You can see she's
still rocking it. She is still rocking that throne.
Absolutely, and there's not gonna be another one like her. I think she's the one. They don't say, it's funny because when people say they say like, okay, let's the Queen of the Queen of Netherlands, the Queen of whatever. But when they refer to her, they go the Queen. They say the Queen, So I admire her a lot as well. And actually, I think all the royals, they have their own, admiration. But I think Prince William, he's the modern one, and he come across as a nice person, that's for sure. And which one is your favorite?
Okay, well, my favorite is Princess Anne, the Princess Royal.
Tell me why.
You know what? Because she is no nonsense. Watching The Crown, I see like her in a whole different perspective. She's just no nonsense. She was like the one who was like, I'm not giving my child titles. My children aren't getting titles. She's an Olympic, athlete, and she's one of the hardest working royals. You know, she knows her duty. She has her sense to her family, but she's keeping herself independent from the limelight.
The spotlight, that for sure. Yeah.
You
Cool.
know?
I love The Crown as well. The Crown was something like
Ah, me
wow,
too, child. Oh.
amazing, amazing. Chad, did you have a good time?
Yes. Oh my God, it was wonderful. You know, I was
Oh,
like, I was kind of nervous at first, but then I was like, you got the music playing, and I mean, just your smile is infectious. So, you know, I
oh,
felt so comfortable, you know, sitting here.
thank you very much. And I'll tell you something now. I love your energy. My God, I love your energy. It was really nice. Thanks so much for being kind and sweet as well.
Absolutely.
And amazing. And a good connect with people. You know, like you. People have so much to share, so much experience, and you're just like a good vibe. I love your energy. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I love it.
Thank you so much.
Just before you go, if you can share a positive quote or positive message or something that inspires you in life.
Okay, absolutely. I was thinking about this long and hard too, and I'll give you the little quick back take, the Cliff's Notes version. In 2011, I was on vacation, or 2012, I was on vacation in Jamaica, and we were doing a tour in Falmouth, Jamaica, and the tour guide was talking about, you know, life in Jamaica, and he said, "Here in Jamaica, we do not have problems, we have situations. And for every situation, there is a solution." And I took that. I was like, you know what? I can apply that to every single aspect of my life.
That's for sure. I totally agree. Wow, that's beautiful. I like that. That's beautiful. Chad, this was a pleasure. Thanks so much for your time. Thanks
Yes.
for the interview. Thank you very much. All the best. Thanks so much and enjoy your time.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
All
Ciao,
your
ciao.
guys. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.